Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful and relaxing day today. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most heart-pounding moments in the series. The exact second Diep freezes as unexpected hello greetings from the past suddenly pull her back after 20 long years, only for Mr. Hoan to appear and crank the pressure to the absolute maximum. What on earth is going to happen next? If you're hooked already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss what happens in the next intense part. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most heart-pounding moments in this entire series. The moment when everything quietly begins to shift for Diep in a way that none of us saw coming. Picture yourself right there in the room with her as the space around her slowly transforms. The air feels different the second those unexpected hello greetings start ringing out, followed immediately by "put me one side" that catches her completely off guard. You can literally see that fleeting surprise wash across her face as she stands frozen in place. Her heart suddenly beats faster than it has in years because this arrival feels so out of nowhere and so heavy with meaning. That strange phrase, "what foreign," echoes through the room like distant calls, pulling something from another world straight toward her. Inside, Diep right now, is a complete storm of emotions where hope and anxiety are crashing into each other like waves. Memories of her mother, who has been absent for 2 full decades, come rushing back like an unstoppable emotional tide that she cannot hold back no matter how hard she tries. Every single second that passes feels heavier and heavier on her chest. Her eyes keep scanning slowly over all the familiar details in the house. The same furniture, the same corners she stared at day after day, trying to keep herself from trembling. You can hear these fragmented voices blending together with her quick and nervous breathing, creating this incredibly fragile yet tense atmosphere in the entire space. Even though her mother hasn't been physically present for so long, you still get this powerful sense that a mother's love has been quietly guarding her from the deepest part of her heart all this time. Diep forces a small, faint smile on her lips, but her eyes are shining with that lingering sadness that has lived there for years. It's as if she is standing exactly on the thin line between her painful past and her uncertain present, not knowing which direction she is about to fall into. All those long years of solitude have built up so much pressure inside her that now it feels like everything is compressing at once, making every single gesture she makes slow, careful, and full of deep contemplation. This right here is truly the pivotal moment, where the return of someone so close begins to unearth all the emotions she buried so long ago, stirring something profound and unspoken deep inside her soul with a longing that words can barely describe. You can feel the tension building in the air, and the audience is already leaning forward because we all instinctively know something big is about to happen. And then suddenly, 18 hours. Yeah. Those simple words hit the room like the first crack of thunder before a massive storm. Right away, you sense the tension rising sharply. Diep clearly picks up on the heavy pressure coming from Mr. Hoan the moment he appears. Unease starts creeping into every single breath she takes, making her chest tight. On the inside, she is completely torn between trying so hard to maintain her calm appearance and the vague but very real fear of potential conflicts she can already feel approaching. The light in the room almost seems to dim naturally, as if it is mirroring the growing worry that is expanding inside her by the second. You see Diep clench her fists so tightly that her knuckles turn pale. Old wounds she thought had healed are resurfacing violently, causing her heart to race in a completely erratic and uncontrollable way. This is exactly the moment when the fragile life she has carefully built for herself is being put to the ultimate test. Mr. Hoan's presence feels like a dark shadow that represents every invisible threat she has been carrying quietly for so long. Regret from the past and that tiny, fragile spark of hope are twisting together inside her, creating this massive, powerful inner storm that is impossible to ignore. Diep stands there, looking like a silent warrior who knows a battle is coming and is mentally preparing herself to protect not only herself, but everything she holds dear in this world. That final echoing, "yeah," lingers in the room, almost like it is trying to remind her of her own strength and resilience. Yet underneath that single word, you can feel the deep pain that has been waiting patiently to erupt at any moment. The emotion in this scene is so raw, so heavy, and filmed with such cinematic gravity that it stays with you long after the clip ends. Right now, Diep is caught directly between two powerful invisible forces pushing against her from different directions. Her breathing is becoming faster and more shallow with every passing second. You can almost hear thousands of viewers asking the exact same question that is running through her mind at this very moment. What is going to happen next? The pressure is building so perfectly and so intensely that you simply cannot look away even for a second. This is where the story truly grabs you by the collar and refuses to let go no matter what. We are only at the beginning of this emotional roller coaster, but already the stakes feel incredibly high and personal. Every small detail, from her trembling hands to the way her eyes dart around the room, adds another layer of tension that keeps you completely hooked, wondering how Diep is going to face what is coming. The atmosphere is so thick, you could cut it with a knife, and the quiet before the real storm makes this moment one of the most gripping in the whole series. And just when you think the tension couldn't get any thicker, Diep remains completely caught in the middle of these two invisible forces, pressing in on her from every side. Her breathing is now coming in short, quick bursts that you can almost hear through the screen as her chest rises and falls rapidly, showing exactly how overwhelmed she feels in this very moment. The weight of 20 long years without her mother suddenly collides with the immediate pressure coming from Mr. Hoan, who has just stepped into the situation, bringing an unmistakable, heavy atmosphere that makes the entire room feel smaller and more suffocating than before. You watch as Diep's body stays tense, her shoulders slightly raised, as if preparing for something she doesn't even fully understand yet. Yet deep inside her, there is still that small, fragile spark of hope, fighting against the wave of anxiety that keeps threatening to pull her under completely. The way she stands there, silent and unmoving, makes you feel like you are right beside her, experiencing every single heartbeat and every single uncertain thought racing through her mind. This is the kind of scene that keeps YouTube viewers glued to their screens because you know something massive is about to break open, and you simply cannot look away, even for a second. Everything from the subtle trembling in her hands to the way her eyes keep darting around the familiar space, searching for some kind of anchor, reminds you how real and raw this emotional struggle truly is for Diep. After all those years of holding everything together on her own, now the past is literally knocking on her door, and the present is demanding answers she may not be ready to give. The fragmented voices from earlier still echo faintly in the background, mixing with the heavy silence that has fallen over the room, creating this perfect cinematic build-up that makes your own heart race along with hers. You can sense the motherly love that has been absent for 2 decades is somehow already present in the air even before anything else happens. It is as if the very walls of the house are holding their breath, waiting for the next move. Mr. Hoan's presence only adds another layer of uncertainty that pushes the stakes even higher, because Diep knows in her gut that this encounter is not going to be simple or easy. The old wounds that resurfaced just moments ago are now throbbing with fresh intensity, making her question every choice she has made to protect her current life and the people she cares about. Yet through all this inner chaos, there remains a quiet resilience in her posture, like a silent warrior who refuses to break, no matter how strong the storm becomes. The "yeah" from earlier still lingers in your mind as a small reminder of strength, but right now, it feels overshadowed by the enormous pressure, building second by second. You can almost hear the audience whispering the same question Diep must be asking herself inside. What is going to happen next? Will the return of her mother finally bring the healing she has longed for? Or will Mr. Hoan's involvement turn everything upside down in ways no one expects? This exact moment is pure long-form storytelling at its best, where the slow burn of emotions has been carefully crafted to keep you completely invested episode after episode. The light in the room that seemed to dim earlier now feels even more dramatic, casting soft shadows across Diep's face that highlight every flicker of fear, hope, and exhaustion she is experiencing all at once. Her faint smile from before has completely faded, replaced by an expression that shows just how much she is fighting to stay composed, while her entire world feels like it is balancing on the edge of a knife. And as the seconds stretch longer, the tension becomes almost unbearable in the most addictive way possible, because you know the real explosion is coming, but it hasn't arrived yet, leaving you hanging right at the peak of anticipation. This is why moments like these make the series so powerful. They don't rush the feelings. They let them build naturally until you are fully immersed in Diep's journey, feeling every ounce of her anxiety, her hidden longing, and her quiet determination to face whatever comes next. The fragile atmosphere that started with simple greetings has now evolved into something much deeper and more intense, something that touches on universal themes of family separation, reunion, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and child, even after decades apart. Diep stands there breathing faster, her body language screaming that she is trapped between the pull of the past and the demands of the present, with no clear path forward yet. And that, my friends, is exactly where we leave her at the end of this part. Caught right in the heart of the storm, with the biggest turning point still waiting just around the corner. So if you are feeling the same rush of emotions right now, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with anyone who loves emotional family dramas, and drop a comment telling me what you think will happen next. Because trust me, the next part is going to be even more intense, and you do not want to miss it. Stay tuned, because Diep's story is only beginning to unfold in the most heartbreaking and beautiful way possible. In this emotional episode, the atmosphere shifts dramatically as unexpected hello greetings echo through Diep's home. Caught off guard by the words, "Put me one side," and the mysterious, "What foreign?" Diep stands frozen, her heart racing between hope and fear. After 2 decades of painful separation, memories of her mother flood back like an unstoppable tide. Just as she tries to steady herself, Mr. Hoan appears, bringing heavy pressure with the ominous words, 18 hours, yeah. Tension rises sharply, Diep's body tightens, old wounds resurface, and her inner world turns into a storm of anxiety and uncertainty. Torn between staying calm and facing invisible threats, she stands like a silent warrior, breathing rapidly. The scene builds to an intense cliffhanger, leaving viewers on edge wondering what will happen next in this powerful mother-daughter reunion. The emotional pressure is palpable, pulling you deeper into Diep's heartbreaking journey.